ABC, it's Dave in Texas here. There was a thread going around about hats, and I've got some albums with hats on it, so I thought I'd jump on here and show a few. I forget how many you're supposed to show, I think 10. But there are a variety of different things. Mostly it's going to tell you about two documentaries I saw, I guess you could call them, or concert videos I saw this past week that I thought were real good, but I thought I'd include the hats video as well, and talk about the concerts at the end here. So anyway, this is the one that I found that's most unusual. This is Rolling Stones goat's head suit. Mick Jagger sporting some kind of a oddball hat. Looks like a church bonnet or something with some fruit in the top of it or something. But yeah, oddball. Mick Jagger was always into flamboyance, I guess you could say. Here's Eric Clapton sporting a looks like a Panama cap. A lot of people on the VC are kind of indifferent to Clapton, but I still liked him and followed him for a long time. There's a song on here that I like a lot, which I think is called well, there's quite a few. Black Summer Rain, and various other ones. I thought this was the one with Make It Through the Day, which is maybe on another one, but it's a good song for the times we're in right now. It's talking about making it through the day. So yeah, Eric Clapton. Here's Guy Clark's Texas Cooking. Not quite wearing his hat, but he is on the back in his pickup truck. I think this is like one of his, I know it's one of his earlier albums. I don't know if it's his first album or not, but it's a good album nonetheless. Of course, it's got Texas Cooking on it, which is the first song and the name of the album. I don't see any other songs on here that are particularly somebody might know unless they have the album. Not much needs to be said about this one from Neil Young, Comes a Time. I still think this is one of his better albums in his, I guess you could say, middle period. But when did this come out? In the late 70s, something like that. 78. But real acoustical type album, going back to something like Harvest or something like that. This is a ska band. I believe they were from UK, Britain, wearing some what looks like pork pie hats. Real fun band. Yeah, a lot of fun. Johnny Winter's Third Degree. This is one of his sort of middle period later albums. I think it came out in 1986, and we're still making really good albums. At least this album here is really good. There's Tin Pan Alley. I don't know if that's the same one that Stevie Ray Vaughan did as well. There's Mac Rebennack or Dr. John sporting a hat, as well as these guys up here. I know this guy right here has played with Stevie Ray Vaughan, bass. I don't know about the other guy, but yeah, he plays a couple of songs on this dobro here, and then the rest of it is electric blues. But yeah, pretty good album. I have several from Mance Liscombe, Texas blues, sort of folk blues, and a lot of his albums are really good on our Hui records. I know Sherb showed one of his as well. I'm not real sure which one it was. Here's another one, Volume 5, playing on his acoustic. Volume 4. This is Taj Mahal anthology. Blues artist that was pretty famous back in the late 60s, early 70s. Always liked the way he played and everything. His he plays Willie McTell's Statesboro Blues on here, Leaving Trunk, Karina Karina. She Caught the Katy and Left Me a Mule to Ride. A lot of kind of standard blues things. 6 Days on the Road, and so on. It's a good album. I like it quite a bit. Went through a reggae sort of stint back in the 80s, I guess it was. This is Augustus Pablo, and he plays this, I didn't look it up what this is, wind instrument, but real interesting album. Actually, me and my brother actually went to Jamaica back in the, I guess it was late 70s, early 80s, and was inspired by, Bob Marley and a lot of these reggae bands, kind of made us interested in going to Jamaica, and it was actually a really fun trip. This is a Black Uhuru, Sensimilia, and the lady there is wearing a, I don't know, a crocheted hat, possibly that she made or maybe a relative made for her. But then the other guys are wearing hats as well. Black Uhuru. This is Max Edwards, Rockers Arena, and a lot of different people are on this album. Helping him out. Let's see if I recognize any. I don't, but I mean, like, there's stuff like violin, clarinet, flute, sax, synthesizer, and keyboards, bass. Pretty interesting reggae album. It's one I should probably revisit because I'm forgetting now what this sounds like, actually. Speaking of Dr. John, there he is with a hat on. This is the only album I have by him, Gumbo, but it's a really good one. Here he is on the back too, wearing, looks like a beanie or a, I don't know. I don't know too much about hats either. But it's a good album by him. Iko Iko is on it, which pretty famous. Let the Good Times Roll. Tipatina. A lot of sort of standards from the New Orleans area. It's Clarence Gatemouth Brown. This is his album Pressure Cooking. Looks like he's playing a Firebird there, I'm not sure. It's on Alligator Records. And another kind of fiery player, kind of in the mold of maybe somebody like Johnny Winters, or vice versa. Johnny Winters was in the mold of him, but similar styles in some ways. Yeah, let's see here. This is another one of those albums I need to revisit, but I remember it being really good. I think that was 10, if I'm not mistaken. Now there was another thread going around about box sets, and I didn't see this one mentioned, so I thought I would show it. Charles Ives' Complete Chamber Music Volume 1. I had a guy mention to me, a nice Grandma Moses artwork on the front too. But I had a guy mention to me back when I was going to college that he liked Charles Ives a lot. He was always really into music, you know, like I was back then, and would share, you know, have you heard this, and you know, I got this and liked it a lot. He mentioned Charles Ives, and I wasn't familiar with him, but I found this box set, and don't know a lot, still don't know a lot about him. I was going to look him up today and forgot. But you have Charles Glazer on here, plays the piano, and then you've got violin, 2 violins, a viola, a cello, a clarinet, and a piano. But Charles Ives sort of, I assume he's a 20th century composer, and because of just the way he composes on this album, a lot of kind of an avant-garde composer in some ways. If you've ever wondered what maybe a marching band or something that was coming from this way and another marching band was coming that way, playing different tunes and collided together, sometimes that's what it sounds like on here. Now, not everything is that way, nor is it, I wouldn't necessarily say it's chaotic, yeah. But he also puts in here, he'll inject, say, small melodies and instrumentals from, you know, spiritual themes and other themes are sort of familiar, particularly to Americans, I would think. But yeah, it's a 3-record set, and well worth owning. You know, the Vox box always made these kind of budget packages like this, and it's not the best recorded, but it's recorded well enough, particularly for the price that they sold them at. So yeah, I really like Charles Ives. And then not too long ago, John Prine passed away. This is his anthology, and if you don't have anything by John Prine, I'd really recommend this one here. It's got all of his, you know, best known works on it, like Illegal Smile and Sam Stone, who's about a war veteran that comes home from Vietnam with a drug problem. Some of it is live. There's a live song on here, Angel from Montgomery, with Bonnie Raitt doing a duet with him. You know, and it's just, you know, it's got all of his, it's got some songs on here from Bruised Orange, Fish and Whistles, just, you know, an overall good anthology. And it comes with a little booklet too, you know, that you can read about him as well. I know Elliot Cruz showed this when he was doing his little tribute to John Prine. And then I got this one here, this Singing Mailman Delivers, which is a live album and a studio album. Really young picture of him there. In Spite of Ourselves on Oh Boy Records. Fair and Square. And all these albums are pretty good. If you like singer-songwriter albums, material music, then you can't go wrong with John Prine, particularly if you like people like, he was often compared to Dylan. I don't know if that's totally accurate, but sometimes he did remind me of Bob Dylan in some ways. But yeah, John Prine. So what I was going to mention is that I saw 2 concerts this past week, and I'll leave links below. One of them was a earlier John Prine concert, I think from the 80s, late 80s, and it was done on Austin City Limits, which you can find on YouTube. Really great concert. If you like John Prine or you aren't familiar with him, I suggest watching that concert and seeing if you can get into it. I thought it was really good. And then there was another one that I saw. I wasn't familiar with this group, which is three ladies, or three sisters actually, and the name they go by is Joseph, and they were playing at the Kate, which is a venue up in Massachusetts, which was named after Kate Hepburn. And like I said, it's three sisters, and they call themselves Joseph because they were from I think Joseph, Oregon. But one of the sisters plays the guitar and the other two help with the vocals. And I wasn't familiar with them, but I thought it was a really great concert. And actually, I found it online, and I'll post the link below if you're interested in it. But just, you know, it's kind of pop music, and it's vocal music, harmony music. You know, and they do a few covers. But they were really good. I thought they were great, actually. And went online, found a CD by them. Probably ended up buying another one. I think they have 3 CDs out now. But you can find their stuff over on Amazon or, you know, just about anywhere. But I'll leave a link to them below too, in case you would like to hear that concert. And so, yeah, there we have it. You know, stuff on hats and a box set, and 2 concerts to watch if you want to. So I hope everybody is keeping their distance from everybody else and staying safe, and washing their hands and whatever you have to do to stay healthy in these kind of crazy times we're in. So anyway, enjoy music, enjoy your family, and we'll talk to you later.